Hi, welcome back. It's Tom Hastings, the clinical nurse specialist and exercise instructor at Heartsure. So today we're going to go through a cardiac rehabilitation circuit, bog standard cardiac rehab circuit. Each station that we do will do 3 different levels. Depending on where you're at in your recovery, it'll be depending on what level you're working at. So I'm going to presume that you've done a warm-up. There'll be a link on this video to take you straight to the warm-up, but we don't want to go through the whole thing. So you've done your warm-up. You're hydrated, you've had something to eat, you've got a drink of water on standby, and you're aware you're about to exercise. So first station we do is a step. So we're going to use a step. So the very, very simple way of doing it, and the very first level we do, we would probably do it against the bar, and it'd be a very simple 2 feet on, 2 feet off. If you look at this step, there's different variants on the height. This is at mid-level, but again, if we're just doing the very low red level, we'd work on the lower step. So first exercise, dead simple. We're going to do 2 feet on, 2 feet off. We're going to set ourselves a pace we can stick to. We're not going to go too fast, but we're also not going to go too slow. So our parameters to work out how hard we're working, we're going to be focusing on the BORG scale, working to our 12 or 13. There's another video for the BORG scale. That's your 12 to 13 is different to my 12 to 13. That's all about getting to a level where you feel like you're doing something and not out of breath to the point where you can't talk. And the other thing is working out what your heart rate is. We've done it, and there'll be another video link put on it where your heart rate training zone should be. So I'm on my step, so I'm doing 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds I'll stop and I'll lead on my other leg. So that is the easiest way of doing this step. Now as we progress up, we'll put some light weights in hand. And as we're going up, so say I'm working and my BORG's only 8 or 9, I need to work a bit harder. We'll add a little weight in there too. Same exercise, just carrying a bit of weight. Now again, I'm working on this and I'm not achieving my BORG and my heart rate's not up. So the progression of this is as we do it, we're bringing the arms up. So progressing the exercise. Working for a minute, setting yourself a pace you can stick to. Now I can start to feel that's making me puff. You can see my heart rate's coming up nicely, and the BORG scale's where we want it. So we'll hold this for a minute, and then you can stop and lead on your other leg, keeping that coordination there. Okay, so that's station 1 done, step ups. Low step, easy intensity, weights in hand, then bringing the arms up. That's the 3 different levels. Next movement we do. So we'll start with no weight for this. And you'll start holding on to a chair, say. So the entry level to this, all we're going to do, head up, shoulders back. You're going to go tap to the side. Now we're not planting the foot, we're just tapping that toe. Tap and back. Again, working for a minute. I've got my watch on, I'll set my timer. Egg timer, whatever you got at home. So that's level 1. So the progression of that's too easy. My BORG's 7 or 8, too easy. So I need to make it a little bit harder. First I would just add an arm lift in there too. As soon as you start moving 4 limbs, that adds to the intensity. So just shoulder height's plenty, making sure your heart rate's up and keeping it up, and your BORG's at that 12 to 13. So I've done that, still too easy. I'm going to put some light weights in my hand. Again, I'm going to tap to the side. Now say I start doing this and after 30 seconds I'm really puffing, my heart rate's well out of my training zone and my BORG's heading to that 16, 17 mark. Well, I'd just drop the arms out. Active recovery, recovering while you're still exercising. Back up, maintain that for 30 seconds, just tapping that toe, arm lift out. Good, so we've worked like that. So 3 progressions of that exercise. Simple side steps, progressing to arms, progressing to weights. Oh, wrong way around. Okay, next exercise we do. A beautifully simple exercise of sit to stand. So the first level of this is not even having a chair there at all. Holding onto the bar, just doing little dips, or standing behind the chair, just dipping down. So that's your level 1, you're firing up your big ones, your quads and your glutes, little dips down. So that's level 1. Level 2, you're going to progress. You can have something to hold on in front of you and you're going to pull yourself up. Majority of the primary movers are the legs, but you can use them arms just to keep yourself up there. Now the progression from that is put your hands on your knees. So you're going to drive yourself up. BORG's still too easy, heart rate's not hard enough. I'm going to fold my arms. Now we're getting going. Two biggest muscle groups, big demand on the heart. I can feel that starting to get going. Still thinking my BORG's too light, my heart rate's not quite in the zone. I'm going to add a little weight to it. Progression again as I stand up. That's starting to get going again. Still can comfortably talk. So the progression of this, really getting going now. Bringing them arms up too. Now that's a big exercise for anybody. Ideally, we're not working above shoulder height. If you're not getting the BORG 12 or 13 there, you can speed it up, but I guarantee it will. So natural progressions through it. Again, if you really start to blow, drop the arms out, just hold on to it, slow the pace down, let your breathing come back, let your heart rate come back down. Active recovery. Good. So the natural exercise to follow sit to stand is a shuttle walk. You get that little bit of lactic acid building up. So map a little area out and you're going to launch yourself out each corner. Now this isn't just a wander in the park, this is walking with purpose. Keeping that heart rate up. Okay, but just to progress that through, so your first level, brisk walk's too much, all you're going to do is march on the spot. And when you're recovering, you can either do a little bit of a fast bit while you're doing it, or just do a slow march on the spot for that whole 2 minutes, minute mark. So that's the first level. Second level, you're going to walk around slowly, but at a pace where you're keeping your BORG at 12 to 13. Again, if that's too easy, you need to think, what do I need to get my heart rate and my BORG going a bit more? Well, you can really launch yourself out the corners. Again, still too easy. What can I do to add a bit more? Have a little jog. Now I normally do this for 2 minutes rather than 1, just because you can normally pace yourself a bit better at this. Another little thing, if you are doing it, have a little figure of 8, stop yourself getting dizzy. Movement there, movement there, movement there. Good, so you've done that for 2 minutes. We're getting through our exercise now. So now we're going to launch into our bodyweight exercises. So there's a separate video for this, but I'll go through it quick. So first one we do, feet shoulder width apart. Now all these are progressible, but we'll just start with, we'll do the easiest level. So you're just doing a little dip down 10 times, keeping that heart rate up, keeping that BORG going. You're going to narrow those feet in once you've done 10 reps, up and down on your toes. Good. And then we're going to put the chair on the side and we're going to do that loaded lunge. And depending on where you're at, you can count each leg or count both legs as one. And then you're going to find a nice solid wall, nice straight back. You're going to drive in, do 10 press ups, nice flat spine. And then the last thing you do, now if you're able to and comfortable to do, you can do a tricep dip. Depending on where you're doing the workout, kitchen worktop, anywhere it's comfortable, butt of your hands on there. The closer your feet, the easier it is. You're just going to go down and up and you're going to work 10 repetitions. Try not to put your bum back on each time. Once you start it, you carry it on. Okay, good. BORG still 12 to 13. Heart rate still where we want it. So the last one for this circuit, we're going to finish with step backs. So the progression of step backs, the first level is literally just toe taps back. Hold it on if you need to, or get balance going if you don't. You can use the back of the chair to hold on to. Now the progression from that, again against the step, against the bar if you need it. You're going tap and back. Still too easy. Heart rate not high enough, BORG not high enough. We need to add a little bit of an arm movement in there too. Little weights in hand, you can do it with or without weights first. As your foot goes back, your arms go up. Now this is brains and muscles working. Inevitably this will really get the heart rate going. It's a big exercise. So you're going to work like that for a minute. That's getting me going. Where's my heart rate? On the way up, 120s. My BORG's getting towards that 12 easily. So I've done my minute of exercise. Finished there. Right, good. So that's one cardiac rehab circuit done. So once you've done one, the next station is called the hydration station. It's exactly as it sounds. So we grab a drink, we're walking round. 2 minutes recovery. Little sipsies. Head up, shoulders back, nice big breath. Active recovery. Now we're not standing still and having a chat. This is actual station. You're walking around slowly, you're drinking, your active recovery. So you've walked around for a minute, 2 minutes, sorry. Your heart rate's come back down, you've had a good drink. You're back in the circuit, you're doing exactly the same thing again. That's what we're working towards. If you're still at the entry level, one circuit's fine, but we're working towards 2 circuits. Look, that circuit on its own's taken about 13, 14 minutes, and I haven't done the full minute on each exercise because I've been chatting away. So if you did that twice, that's your 30 minutes. Absolute key that we heart rate up and keep it up. Right, good. One other thing I just wanted to mention, in between the stations, certainly when you're doing the entry level, it doesn't matter if you need a little rest in between. Say you've done your minute on each station very slowly, it's fine to step away and just gently keep your feet moving. You don't have to go from one exercise to the next straight away. Give yourself a little bit of active recovery, but don't finish the exercise and suddenly stop. Just give yourself a little bit of time, then go in the next, Good, excellent. Thanks for your time, hope that's helpful. Thanks very much.